Welcome to Southampton virtually, and the floor is yours.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Rob Litjens. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm a database platform engineer working for a financial institute, as they call it. You may also say bank. That's okay, but okay. So I came up with this session, I think, about a year ago that we started to do an implementation of Defender for SQL on premise. And yeah, we have around 1,800 virtual machines in the bank. Those 1,800 virtual machines should not have been provisioned all with Defender because Defender is quite an expensive package. So that was one of the reasons why they asked, hey, can we find a solution that we can do a more granular implementation? During that project, a lot of people were asking why and how and what's the effect of it on security in the bank, and how can we see reports and monitoring and that kind of stuff from it. So what I try to go through in this session with you is about what is defense in depth. The session isn't called for nothing Defender as part of your defense in depth strategy, because it is part of it, and I will show you why. Also, that explains the role of Defender for SQL, and we're going to do a typical implementation of Defender for SQL on a VM which is running on my laptop. So it's really nothing, not worth the amount of speed or whatever, but at least it's working and it's performing good enough for that. Also, you can install a product, but you also should be able to see if the product is working and what kind of other evidence you may see on this. And I hope we have enough time to answer questions after this. So that's the next thing. Defense in depth. What is defense in depth? Defense in depth is in fact creating a kind of onion around your crown jewels, as we call that. The crown jewels, we as DBAs and platform DBAs and analytics guys, is the data we have. It's really not overrated how much worth it is. It's really a lot of money which can be involved when you lose your data, and bankruptcy is not even is quite normal when you lose your data. So how do you protect your SQL servers? That starts, of course, with a layer of your network security, which means, for example, implementing things like application segmentation or having enough firewalls and routing tables, etc. That for outside to inside traffic. But also for inside to outside traffic, you really have to be keen on what and how you can do that. Other things what's on the implementation list of getting more security is, for example, access management. And I'm not talking then in this case about just normal adding a Windows domain group to a SQL server, granting him read permissions or something like that. But I'm more talking about how do we as platform DBAs access our servers to prevent lateral movement. So what we do there is, for example, implementing MFA solutions on for us as administrators, but also for DevOps teams. We are implementing that, and also in a later stage we will implement that same for service accounts, as we call them, or NPAs, as we are used to mention them right now. And the other way of the layer, of course, is the protection you build in your database. And that means if you define roles in your database, for example, for certain activities. And yeah, that is all to just prevent stealing of customer data by things. It's not the whole thing, of course. But if you look at, for example, the role which Defender for SQL of the Defender suite can bring into this, it's quite huge. Defender for SQL is doing threat and vulnerability management, which reduces, of course, attack surface, because most of the ways how our threat actors are coming in is by vulnerabilities which are still active on machines. We see that quite a lot with applications. Yeah, we don't see that they come in, but what we see is that there are a lot of vulnerabilities. For example, on the OWC layer recently, or the ADO connection stuff, which was quite patchworthy to do. But also on third-party applications which are installed on systems. Java is really a huge misunderstanding of really a big creator of vulnerabilities. On top of the Defender for SQL, it runs on a Windows machine, of course, and it is an added product to the ATP, so to the endpoint protection of Defender, of the endpoint protection of the Windows machine, which is in most cases it's just Microsoft Defender, at least in our situation. If you look at what it brings as more additional things, if you are using the whole Defender suite, you will have enterprise. You will have Defender for identity. You will have Defender for API, but that's more cloud related. But the good thing is, all these Defender activities, they can come together in one place where you can do the logging, and that's a SIEM logging, or what they call Microsoft Sentinel. And that's really really helpful, that you can follow, in fact, the ID from, okay, somebody's coming in, you see that he is trying to steal some golden tickets, for example, some Kerberos tickets or whatever. You notice it, that account takes that credential, because that's what Defender for Identity does. And at that moment, you can already block that account. But before that, what we also see, if they are not that smart that they will steal a golden ticket, they will look, hey, can I get some TDS traffic? So they search around in the network and find some traffic from SQL servers. And if they know the name of a SQL server, they can easily try to get in, if you haven't protected your data, of course. Since we're talking here about the requirements to use SQL Defender, we do need to have some. We do have some requirements, of course. It's not a really huge requirement what you need. You need to have an Azure tenant. Okay, I think most of us do have that. It comes in handy to have some bicep knowledge, so that you can create a template which rolls out, for example, your log analytics workspace, create a connection to the to Sentinel from that, to Defender for Cloud, and from Defender for Cloud to Sentinel. But it's not a requirement. You can also do that just by hand clicking in the interface. It will work still. Is it more difficult? No, it's not more difficult, but we are supposed to do also infrastructure as code, so they expect us to be able to write some of that bicep or PowerShell code to do that. The next thing, and that's quite obvious, you need to have some SQL servers on premise, and endpoint protection should be installed. I still don't know why I put cloud there, but the cloud is there because Azure tenant. Oh, probably cloud access. Yeah, your SQL server must be able to access the cloud, so it must be able to access at least the Microsoft stuff. I must admit that that's easier at this moment than it was before, because you can connect them to using the express route gateways, and then your servers are at least able to connect to the cloud. Defender for SQL is not the holy grail, of course. It is a product which was built for SQL 2019. They did some backports there to 2016, and it works on 2014 also. But only on that. There's no 2022 is, by the way, is also included, of course, but SQL 2012 and worse is not supported. So it's a good reason to do some upgrades there. Like a lot of other things, what we see is that Defender for SQL is only doing the database engine and nothing else. So not even analytics services like SQL Server Analysis services, Tabular or multidimensional. Both are out of scope, but I think that those ones are being captured by the Defender for ATP. Because these products have, for example, the backups are just done by file level backup, so it's not that difficult to do more in depth of what's happening in Cube. And yeah, the reporting services, that's all about HTTP traffic, and there we have the firewall already on the systems, and you have some more. Also, probably the standard ATP will do something there. Okay. I think we're going a bit fast, by the way. If you look at the implementation, you need to connect to your tenant. You need to create a subscription if you don't have it. It comes in handy that you create a resource group to put your log analytics workspace in. In that log analytics workspace, you need to configure it to be granular, because normally if you don't configure it, everything is on by default. And of course, you need to configure a client. So what we're going to do, we're going through some PowerShells, if I'm right. Yeah. This is the code to just create a resource group. It's quite a simple resource group. I haven't added any specifics there. We'll after the resource group, you will need to you need to create a log analytics workspace and add some parts in it. These parts are for example, what you see in here is the operational insights. That's the part from which also refers to the SCOM implementation. Most bigger companies are using for operation management. And after this, you need to have a second part, that is the Sentinel workspace configuration, OMS gallery security insights. This part should be added. When this is done, you need to configure the Defender for Cloud. You do that, like I said, on your subscription. I think we can go through this one. So now we're going into the live demonstrations. So let's see where we are. In here, I'll open my portal. Yep. So if you this is my subscription. If I look on this, you can go down here to the they changed a little bit. Settings. I think it's this one. Hang on. Oh, management environment settings. But this is Defender for Cloud settings. That's the other thing we need to do. If you look at the subscription level, then oh no, it's not here. It's in the log analytics workspace. We have it in here. Or have I thrown it away? Oops, we'll get a little problem here. No worries, we'll create one. Let's pick a resource group or demo, this one. Create. Log analytics. Normally I would have prepared this a bit better, a bit like log analytics workspace. There we go, create. Demo, and I will call this the Southampton Club. So, okay. I'm not doing anything with the other one, so let's create the thing. Okay, create. So now we got the log analytics workspace. In that workspace, we do need to add some stuff, I would say. Go. The thing is, I thought I had this code also on my laptop, but I couldn't find it that easy. Okay, you have to go to resource. Okay, in here, what you can see is that, for example, if you want to add service in here, the local and choose to will be okay. Yeah. If you click on the agent tab, you will get a you can get an idea about how you can install the agents. The first thing what you see in here is that you have this link to download the agents, and you have two codes. You have the workspace ID and you have the primary key. Both are required for this. So what I'm going to do, open a notepad. Come on, not this one. And I do also need the primary key of this thing. So that's the second one I do need. I need these in these guys in a little script, which I'm going to use in a few seconds. So what you see now is that there are no Windows things connected. No, I just created the thing, so don't worry. Let me go back to this one. And I think on my subscription, I should be able to see the. So I do need to. No. I shouldn't. It's on the Southern Club. I can look at the. I should change those settings, properties. No. We'll get lost in that stuff. It is part of the subscription where you set the permissions to set some extra additional values. Where is it gone? I think like most people, you sometimes see that things are changing a little bit in here. Oh, no, that's it. It's in Defender for Cloud. Defender for Cloud has the environment settings, and in the environment settings, you will see this your subscription again, and you can go through. You will see that there are no plans activated. So what you should do in here is you should go here, and you can turn them all on or off. And for this, we do only need to have this one on. I'll click Save. And now if we go back, I should be able to select more items. Data collection. Maybe that's again under this one then. There was a time in the past where I just could go in. Let's go here again. Security solutions. Oh, come on. Ah, look, now you get some stuff more. This one is on, this one is on, and what you should disable here is everything that you don't need. So that you're not picking up stuff from others. And in here, you can also say, okay, I just want to have log analytics, agent deprecation, and for SQL on machines. Okay, you can turn that one on. There's nothing, and you can select the workspace where you want to provision this, and that's on the Southern Club. And you press apply. This is already in fact the main part of how you configure granularity, because standard and you don't have the this new local analytics workspace configured on your system, and also you don't have the OMS is installed on most machines. In my case, it isn't, but so we're going to do that in a few seconds. But if OMS is installed, you only need to add the workspace ID to the list of workspaces for OMS, and your SQL Server gets his pushes his threat detections or his detections in your own log analytics workspace. So now we have done this. Let's go. This is done. We've seen this. And we're going to the implementation now. Yeah. Okay. I am going to bring up my VM. Come on. Okay, there we go. Is this one clear for everybody?
Yeah, we can see that.
Great. Okay. So this is my fresh VM. It is as fresh as I installed it just this afternoon. So there's still no database on it, but that's not a problem for testing stuff. So what are we going to do here is we're going to install the MMA agent. I have copied that one already from the website. And at this level, it is the place where we do need those two IDs which I put in. Is the installation of this difficult? No. If you double click on it, it will say welcome to the MMA agent setup wizard. And yes, I do need some updates, but that's not important. At least not for now. We will get some vulnerability warnings in a few days for that. But that's not what I'm looking for at the moment. So I can say here, I agree, and it just pushes the software to the standard folder. I always select this one, connect the Azure Log Analytics OMS agent, because I know that's the place where the IDs will go in. If you click next, you need those two. We need those two things there. So I will just copy these, and I will open up a notepad in here, because I just need them for a little while, a few things. So this is the workspace ID. Hang on. Where's my mouse? Okay, there. Control-C, Control-V, and this is the password. Control-C, Control-V. And it's in Azure Commercial, that's okay. And this is okay. Let's go. Now it is installing the workstation, the agent IDs, and registering the machine in Azure in the Log Analytics workspace. It also means that it will, in the end, it will get the Defender for SQL package automatically. It will download it. It can take some time. So if you look at it now, if you go back to the, I'll stop the presentation, by the way, of this one. Doesn't matter, by the way. Where is this one? If I go back to the home, and I will say, okay, go there, and I will open my Southern Club thing, and I will see if I do have agents installed. It doesn't show up yet. That will come in a few minutes. It will notice that it's there. It says it can last up to 24 hours. I haven't noticed it. It's 3-4 minutes before it's there. So it's a fast way also of deploying your your VM. Another way to validate, by the way, if there is something happening, is that on the C drive in the famous program files, there is that Microsoft monitoring agent. This one, there's an agent folder, and you will see a lot of stuff in here. And within this, there is a folder, and that will pop up about the agent. And this is already, at the moment, this is the stuff which is installed. That's the place where you can, oh wait, I was there already. Agent. We have the health server state, this one. In here, you will find the resources, and in this place is where the stuff from Microsoft, all the Mitra attack stuff is being stored. So that's good. What I can do is I can open a PowerShell thing, and I can see if the stuff is working. So if we do this, see, and we will go to the VM. Yeah, this is not that bad actually. It looks like it is active. Yeah, what you see in here, you will see the test you can perform without any so the very specific tests like the brute force attack and that stuff. Also, there are a lot of tests about the thing that you can see. For example, this one, you get the management pack version. The funny thing is, in here you see all version 0.0. That's a little bit a lie. The version of the product is 801.1171 at this moment. Last time when I checked it, and that was a few months ago, it was about level, I think 39. So they did some small updates. Also in here, what you can do is you can see what the workspace ID is. And that's the one where you are connecting to. So you will see the workspace ID, but you can also see your agent ID. And your agent ID is also something you can see back in the in this one. If I click run now, I should get a result. Why not? Okay, let's go back here. Refresh. Come on. Everything should be up to date. It is funny. No, we see a what? No, still nothing. It is funny, like I said. We know better because we know that we do have an ID already and that it is connected. What does Defender for SQL do? It's not protecting your database or your instance. It's protecting your server for things. For things. That means if you have multiple instances on one box, you only have one license what you need. In here, you can also see, for example, the server instance versions. That's an interesting one. It shows you the the versions of your SQL Server which you are running. I'm running here SQL Server 2016 and do some stuff. Let's do some brute force attacks. I don't think I need something special for this one. No. So you see that it tries to immediately to do about 100 things in a second, so more than a second. It's not the only place where there's another place where you can see these events of this happening, and that's also why I say it's a good and it's a nice tool to have some as an additional one. But in here you can see exactly the same messages that it's not able to log in and that it tries to do that. The other one which is really interesting to look at is the SQL injection, but I think I need to have some test accounts there, and I do have them. And what's the name? Yeah, you never know that. So it's not good. It should be in a secure string, but that's how it is. What happened in the meantime? I think you heard that I got a mail. Somebody from Microsoft called me, and he says, "Hey, something has happened on your system." So there was a suspected brute force attack. So the incidents which are happening are quite fast. The notification of that, it goes straight into your stuff, and I didn't configure anything for that. The only thing what I configured is that my mail address is the owner of the tenant. So that's a good thing. Now, if we would look on this one, we got a notice from the stuff. So I would expect that we can see at least one agent here now. Well, not this agent. And this one, we have the agents here. It shows one agent, and you can see them in the logs. That's why they. You will see that ID, that the computer ID which he gave in the beginning is also listed here. Is this the only place where you can see this? No, as you may have noticed, there's also a Defender for Cloud. I'm not sure if this one is now automatically picking up some stuff. There are some security alerts, it says, and you will see that the 8th of the 11th, that's today. You also see this brute force attack coming in, and it's the same one from the Southampton 23. These alerts can be passed through to Sentinel. I don't think that Sentinel at this moment knows that this is my Sentinel. There we go. No, there's nothing. There's nothing created here. But normally, what happens if you are in a bigger enterprise or a bigger company, the results from your log analytics workspace, where you can look at, will be sent through to Sentinel, and that's a SIEM solution, or the XDR or the EDR. Not just how people want to know, want to call it. It's a security response system, and that's passing you these tickets and make sure that the SOC which is using those this tool is able to call you and say, hey, that's it. We had an unwanted invite from people on your system. Please do something about it. Or we have blocked access and the server is in quarantine at the moment. So that's how it should be. But this is at least what you can see in Azure Log Analytics things. going back to my presentation from here, I hope. Okay, what have we done? We have, well, I think everything is done. Also, the proof is shown. This was for the toboggan one, but you saw the one for your own for this environment. If you look at the product itself now, how it is configured at the moment, Defender is quite automatic. We, after 1.5 years of usage, we see some things that where we think of, okay, is that the way how an attacker would try to collect your password for SQL logins, for example, or is there another way how he does it? We have had some red teaming guys in the company, and they found out that we had Defender running, and they just modified their brute force attack to say, okay, I want you to send one password request every 30 seconds, because in the meantime, between those 30 seconds, there's always an application which does a poll and for that account and gets something back. We saw that behavior also, and there was an attempt every time on a certain in a certain time frame. We saw those events, so we reported that back to Microsoft, and now they're looking in if they are going to change from a normal brute force attack also to as they call it, a slow brute force attack, to add these stuff. So Microsoft is quite responsive on these items. They're quite busy on this. Not only this one, but also all the other Defender products they have. Yeah, I think that's it. The good thing, by the way, about this agent and also about future real agent is that if you have additional audit rules on your systems, in the future you can also say, I want audit rules with this audit specification being passed through to your SIEM logging also. So that gives a bit more options on certain certain requirements, and it gives you the option to have all your SIEM logging, because normally what you would do if you have the requirement to audit logs, you will send that through ArcSight or whatever kind of tooling. And if you have 3 or 4 of these sorts, you should mix them up to find an event which is applicable for you. What happens if you have these this kind of MMA agent installed and you have the audit logs configured on systems? You have in one log analytics workspace, you can query those results, because log analytics it's a database, and you can look at it with KQL code, and that's of KQL or custom query language stuff, and that's almost the new de facto standard of querying databases.